Once every great while, a special individual emerges from amidst the masses and breaks the mold. A person so unique that they defy the laws of nature, challenging our very perception of what is normal. She is Miesha Tate.
My name's Miesha Tate. I was born in Tacoma, Washington. I'm 5'6". I fight at 135 pounds, and I'm fighting at a Team Alpha Male.
Calling her an active child was an understatement.
I was a very energetic child, very outdoors. You know, I'd get bored being indoors, even playing video games or anything like that for probably more than a half an hour. Everything that I enjoyed doing was what the boys would enjoy doing. I think I just felt like if there was something that I wanted to do, then I should be able to do it. And I've just always lived that way. I was always very competitive. I enjoyed racing and playing tag and all those things that would be typical of a boy.
Starting from a young age, Miesha lived as an athlete.
My first experience with sports, I guess I started skiing when I was about 5. I started playing volleyball in grade school. By the time I hit middle school, it was soccer and track, and then in high school it was cross country, wrestling, and track.
Miesha got into wrestling because she needed something to pass her time.
It honestly was out of pure boredom. My best friend and I at the time had no other sport to do besides basketball, and quite frankly, I think I suck at basketball. So I went out for wrestling, and it was the best decision I've ever made.
In a male-dominated sport, Miesha did not get discouraged and pushed on.
I went through all 4 years, and at some points was the only girl on the team, and wrestled primarily guys. When I beat a few of the guys, they quit wrestling. Some of them just got pissed off, some of them cried. I felt bad for them, but not bad enough.
It was in college where Miesha had her first introduction to mixed martial arts.
My freshman year of college, I was attending Central Washington University, and I was looking for some kind of sport, and they didn't have a wrestling team, but they had a wrestling club sport, and then they had this mixed martial arts club sport as well. I didn't have a clue what MMA was about. I assumed it was something along the lines of karate. I didn't want to do it, but I was very pleasantly surprised to find that it was just pretty much a bunch of wrestlers. I decided to take my first MMA fight when I actually saw the guys compete. I thought it was going to be a lot scarier than it was, but the natural emotion that I had when I saw it for the first time was, this is awesome.
Miesha's first MMA fight went smoother than the norm.
My first fight, I fought Liz Posner. I didn't think too much about it. I had a sense of calmness. I wasn't stressed out. I think I was just very focused and excited to get in there, but didn't have any feelings of anxiety or anything like that.
When the cage door closes, there is no turning back.
When the cage closes, I get a sense of tunnel vision, I guess. I usually do a lot of visualizing where, you know, I see myself touching gloves, I see the first thing that I'm gonna do, I see the way I'm gonna finish the fight, and I think all of that kind of flashes at an instant, you know, right before you touch gloves. And then from that point, it's game on. There's nothing to worry about anymore, you know? It's just a matter of doing what you do best.
What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger.
Training was going really good. I was feeling awesome, and I sustained a knee injury. Heard a pop, or felt a pop, and a lot of pain. I mean, I'm kind of stressed right now, to be honest. I'm frustrated, and I feel like this is the worst thing that could have happened to me. After the injury happened, I was very conflicted, because it's hard as a fighter to say, because I'm hurt, I can't fight. You know, I mean, that's a really hard pill to swallow, regardless of where my heart was at. You know, my body just wasn't ready and wasn't going to be ready, so I didn't want to make a stupid decision and maybe cost me the fight.
On July 30th, Miesha will get that second chance to finally fight Marloes Coenen for the Strikeforce Women's Championship belt.
You know, I think she has some holes in her game. Obviously, every fighter does, and I'm gonna try to kill her. I really am. I'm gonna try to get to a point where the referee is fearful of her life and stops the fight. That's my goal.
Some fighters look at a title fight as just another fight, while still others put the weight of the world on it.
This fight's absolutely the monument of my career. It's not about Marloes, really. It's about becoming a world champion. I mean, that's every fighter's goal. I know in my heart that this is my time. I know that I can just feel it, like I'm gonna win this fight. This fight is the fight to win.
In such a violent sport, where is the balance maintained?
I love shopping. That's probably one of my favorite things to do. I love cooking. I love cake decorating. All those things that maybe you think think of girly, I guess. I wear high heels and wear dresses, and I love it when I have the opportunity to actually do my hair and makeup and get dressed and be totally feminine. I definitely embrace the beauty and the beast. I guess when I get in the cage, I'm gonna try to rip your face off. I mean, so don't judge a book by its cover. I am a firm believer of that. Outside the cage, I'm absolutely all about embracing femininity. But when I get in the cage, you better be ready. All the time and hard work that I put into this career, and all the people that told me I couldn't, or I shouldn't, or I wouldn't, or women shouldn't do that, it just really proves and solidifies that I belong here. I want to be fighting the best in the world. I want to make a statement, not only for myself, but for women's MMA too. I'm Miesha Tate on the shoot.